Secretary Bolton fired. Welcome to the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. A hawk is a term used in politics for someone favoring aggression in a debate over whether to be aggressive or whether to continue or escalate an existing aggression. Hawks are the opposite of doves. The terms are derived by analogy with the birds of the same name. Hawks are predators that attack and eat other animals, whereas doves mostly eat seeds and fruits and are historically a symbol of peace. The term hawk was coined by the prominent Virginian Congressman John Randolph of Roanoke, a staunch opponent of the entry into the conflict of 1812. There was, therefore, never any official roster of hawks. As historian Donald Hicks notes, quote, scholars differ over who, if anyone, ought to be classified as a hawk. One scholar believes the term no longer seems appropriate. However, most historians use the term to describe about a dozen members of the 12th Congress. The leader of this group was Speaker of the House Henry Clay of Kentucky. John C. Calhoun of South Carolina was another notable hawk. Both of these men became major players in the American politics for decades. Other men traditionally identified as hawks, including Richard Mentor Johnson of Kentucky, William Lowndes of South Carolina, Langdon Cheves of South Carolina, Felix Grundy of Tennessee, and William W. Bibb of Georgia. President James Madison set the legislative agenda for Congress, providing committees in the House of Representatives with policy recommendations to be introduced as bills on the House of floor. In modern American usage, hawk refers to a fierce advocate for a cause or policy, such as deficit hawk, privacy hawk. It may also refer to a person or political leader who favors a strong or aggressive military policy, though not necessarily outright conflict. The term has also been expanded to chicken hawk, referring to a hawk who avoided military service. The term liberal hawk is a derivative of the traditional phrase in the sense that it denotes an individual with socially liberal inclinations coupled with an aggressive outlook on foreign policy. Due to YouTube's policy of silencing all news not coming from a mainstream media partners that signed an agreement with them and forked over millions of dollars, and make no mistake, that means mainstream media that didn't fork over millions of dollars are also silenced. I will unfortunately cut this video short and censor myself. If you want to watch a full 30-minute video, head over to patreon.com/Shakaama and be a patron for $15, and I'll deliver the report exclusively to you all there. Yes, a report from money in an era of censorship. It costs money to make these videos, and if I try to make money on YouTube, they will simply silence or even outright ban me. But here's my journalistic and scholarly opinion right now. John Bolton fired. If anyone thinks that this hawk was any good, they have their head screwed on backwards. After doing some research into this man, I have discovered he was always a hawk, and he orchestrated many conflicts, quote unquote, that cost American soldiers lives. Remember, I grew up in the Department of State as a dependent, and later worked in the Department of State, briefly. In my eyes, and in the eyes of other journalists, this man was forced on President Trump. You people seem to think that the presidency is a seat of power. Not so. You can look back 2 years ago to the fiasco that was the Obama presidency to see that he was a mere puppet. You should be thanking your lucky stars that President Trump is both an opinionated heathen and a billionaire. That means he's not 100% puppet, but only 80% puppet. Let me tell you that. I know about 25% of the behind-the-scenes stuff. Given my background, and this man has reversed the timeline and policies that the powers that be had openly thrust upon the American population. We should all, yes, all, be thanking our lucky stars that this non-politician won the seat. I hate to even think about how much further along that world control timeline would be if another puppet had gained this seat of power. This is not a conspiracy, this is open and obvious. For all of you still cheering Obama, simply open your eyes at how this man's message changed overnight the day after he actually went into the first briefings at the White House, and it was explained to him that that's a euphemism for he was told what the presidency actually was. He went from hope and change to his first act as president to lowering the income tax income level to be taxed at $0 income. Yes, everyone was to now be taxed no matter how poor you were. That's the guy you all are still cheering. But wait, there's more. Also in that same first bill, he lowered the amount you could claim on charitable giving on your income tax. That's right, Obama made giving to charity as no means to avoid paying taxes. Guess what happened? People gave to charity across the board less immediately. Now, government could collect more taxes. Let me ask you, do you want the government to have more of your taxes at a record spending, record deficit? Or would you prefer that money be given to charities that actually impact the lives of your local citizens? And I do mean citizens, including the non-citizens. A lot of charities actually help out the very people that you're trying to cheer on. I'm looking at you, liberals. All of those charities actually help the local people regardless of their citizenship status. Now, would you rather have a debate in Congress, or would you rather people be able to give money to charities that actually help the people that you say need help? Now, continuing on, Ambassador Bolton was a part of that administration too. He was a hawk then, and has always been a hawk. How he ended up in President Trump's cabinet? We'll find out on Patreon if you so choose to be a patron. Finally, let me say this. Unfettered threats of conflict to solve problems is no civilized way to conduct foreign policy in 1619, let alone 2019. And Bolton thought it great to use the full force and power of the United States to solve problems around the world in that way. Thank you for watching. Like I said, if you want the full report, I will give you that full report on patreon.com/Shakaama, $15 and up. Thank you all for watching. Please like the video. Like doesn't mean you like the video, doesn't mean you like me, it doesn't mean you like the video. It simply means that you are engaging, so they want to see the engagement. Advertisers like to see engagement. So the more likes, the more advertisers like it. So like as much as you possibly can. That means everybody. Well, once again, it doesn't mean you like me, doesn't mean you like the video, it simply means engagement. So, don't get it twisted. I know you all might not like me, but hey, that's not what it actually means. Nobody actually cares what you actually like. They simply want to see your engagement. Please also subscribe. With more subscribers, my message can get out. I am not Democrat. I am not Republican. I'm actually Libertarian. I am open to all information. I know YouTube loves to try and silence me, but I'm not, my eyes are not clouded by any sort of partisan, whatever. Right? And as much as you want to to say libertarians are strange or weird or whatever. Actually, libertarians are the ones who will listen to all